I had the weirdest, strangest, bad feeling when I sat on that motorcycle. I'm really excited about today's video. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm really excited about today's video. If you happen to watch the video, I'll put a little thumbnail right up there, but also a link to the video. It's also showing on the TV back here. Couple videos back, I had made a video that I needed your help because I was gonna buy a sport bike. Now, I've never bought one, never owned one before. So we went looking. Josh, my buddy, as Josh sees it now, we went out, honest to God, we looked at everything. We looked at the Ducati V4S. We looked at the Ninja, what was it, ZX-10R. We looked at the BMW S1000RR, which Josh had just bought, and he got the one with the M package. And then we were also supposed to go look at a Ninja H2. So I am gonna tell you, and some of you may already know, of course, if you looked at the thumbnail, then you already know which bike I bought. But I kinda wanna tell you why I bought that bike. But before I do that, let's hit the montage of the new bike. So now that it's official, and you know what bike I bought if you didn't happen to look at the thumbnail, I did end up buying the Ducati V4S. Now, let me get into why I bought the Ducati. So Josh and I we looked at the Ducati first, and it was beautiful. I've owned a Ducati, I've owned two Ducatis in the past. Really, really love them. Love Dave and all the people up at the Ducati dealership here in Orange County, Ducati, Newport Beach, shout out to those guys. But we went and looked at the Ninja, which is honest to God, is the one that I thought that I would buy. I thought that I would buy, because I've always wanted a Ninja. I mean, since I was a kid, I've always wanted one. I thought that's the one I was gonna buy. We looked at it last. We went to look at the H2 and it was sold. So I couldn't buy it even if I wanted to. Let me see. We went and looked at the Ducati, and we went and looked at the BMWs. Here, let me give you my breakdown of why I chose to go with what I did. So we went and looked at the BMW, the S1000RR. Great motorcycle. Absolutely phenomenal motorcycle. We can't say anything wrong. BMW, what they do with their cars and their motorcycles, you can't argue with it. And the S1000RR is a freaking machine. Josh just bought one, loved it, loves it still. Honestly, the main reason I didn't go with the BMW is because Josh bought one. And yeah, I don't know, there's that whole thing, you don't buy a bike exactly like your buddy bought, but it's kind of that thing. I wanted to have something different that nobody in my circle had. So if I would have bought the BMW, Josh and I would have sort of had matching bikes. I mean, his is the black scheme with the black livery, black and red and gray carbon. Mine would have been the red, white, and blue. But still, it's the same bike. And so I thought, no, I didn't really want to do that. Now, here's where things get a little weird. So I had an appointment to go, actually, there are leaves all over my garage. Sorry, making a lot of noise. We were going to go look at the H2. We pulled up to the dealership to look at the H2, and they sold it before I got there. Even though I had an appointment to come look at the bike, they sold it. Okay, which to me, hey, Wasn't meant to be. So then we're like, okay, the last bike, the one I really thought I was going to buy, which is also, you know, I don't know, $13,000, $14,000 cheaper, was the Ninja. It was a 2022 Ninja ZX-10R. Here's where the story takes a little bit of a weird turn. We get over there. I had seen the bike before, but I wasn't really in the market to purchase at the time, but I knew that they had it. So I told them I was going to come take a look at it. Josh and I go over there. And this is weird, and follow me here. And I don't know if any of you guys ever have experienced this or... So I walk in and I look at the bike. I'm kind of filming the bike a little bit for the video. And then I sat on the bike. And guys, when I tell you, this feels weird saying this, and I don't know why I'm getting all close to you for this, but I had the weirdest, strangest, bad feeling when I sat on that motorcycle. Now, I don't know what that means. You know, you can talk God, you can talk spirit, you can talk bad mojo. I don't know. All I know is that's the bike I really thought that I wanted. When I sat on it, I just had this sickening feeling. So much so that I got off the bike and I called my wife, Stacy, and I said, hey, you know, this is the bike that I wanted. I can buy any of these that I want. This is the one that I thought that I wanted. But I got to be real honest with you. I had a really scary, negative, sickening feeling when I sat on the bike. And she goes, then you know that's not the one you should buy. And I also need to tell you, your daughter, my daughter Chloe, came to her the night before and said, I know Dad's going out looking to buy another motorcycle. I have a really bad feeling about the Ninja that he's going to look at. Of course, she didn't tell me, my wife didn't tell me that. So independently, I get over there to look at the Ninja and I sat on it and I just had it's very, I'm sure some of you watching have had this before. It's a feeling of this isn't right. And it almost like made me sick at my stomach. So I knew that was out. And at that point, I really didn't know what I was going to do. So ultimately, I made the decision to go with the Ducati V4S. Let me tell you a little bit why I went with the Ducati. Number one, it was a very horrible feeling that I had about the Ninja. I'm sure it's a great bike, but something was wrong with that bike. There was bad juju. Something was going to happen with me on it. I don't know what, but it was strange. It was weird. I've only felt that a couple of times in my life, and the previous times when I did feel it, I was right. So I ended up buying the Ducati, and let me tell you why. I've owned a Ducati Multistrada. I've owned the Monster S. Love Ducati. I'm kind of a Ducati loyalist. Like, I've got a thing over here where I keep all my jackets and helmets and all that. I've got a ton of Ducati gear in there. Shirts, jackets, riding gear, backpacks. So I'm kind of a Ducati loyalist in that way. And so I'm already familiar with the brand. I know the salespeople very well. I know the dealership. I know the service people. They have always taken really good care of me and my bikes in the past. So when I really sat down and I looked, the V4S, the S1000 RR, the Ninja, which we decided we were not going to have, and then the H2 that I was going to look at that was sold right before I got there, which was to me also another sign. I bought the Ducati V4S. Glad I did. Now, here's the caveat. Right after I bought it, I've had to be traveling so much. I've been on the road for like the last 6 weeks in a row and have barely been home. I've ridden the motorcycle one time. Tomorrow morning, Josh and I are going to meet up for coffee at our normal spot in Newport Beach, and we're going to ride our bikes down the PCH. We're going to go to South Coast Cars and Coffee. I'm going to get some really good footage tomorrow because we've got the new GoPro Hero 11 Black, and we're going to see what kind of footage we can get out of this thing. So we've got the helmet cam set up, and we're going to see what kind of footage the new 11 gives with the different sensor and all that. So I'm really excited about my purchase. The reason I bought this bike, this bike is actually a 2021. For those of you that watched the video, a little bit of an unfortunate story. The guy bought the bike brand new, had about $10,000 worth of accessories put on it and upgrades, carbon fiber, the lowers kit, the 2022 lower kit, the blacked out front windshield, the clear clutch. He had all of this stuff. It was over $10,000 put on the bike. Put 400 miles on the bike, and his wife filed for divorce. So he had to get rid of the bike. So there was, and it was kind of a strange situation. There was a brand new 2023 V4S at the dealership that I could have had. Or I could have this one, 2021, with 400 miles on it with $10,000 worth of basically racing upgrades with all the carbon fiber tail, the tail tidy kit's already on there. He just did everything that I would want to do to a bike. He had already done it. So why buy the 2023 for practically the same price and then have to put another $10,000 into it? So that's why I ended up buying this bike over the 2023. I'm glad I did. I'm looking forward to riding it. I'm looking forward to taking you guys on some adventures with it as well. So guys, thank you for being here for this video. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe if you're liking the moto stuff. I hope you are, because that's the bulk of the content we're gonna be creating from now on. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at @TheSteveFreeman. Note, my account is verified, blue check mark. If it doesn't have the blue check mark, it is not me, so that's not me you're communicating with or whatever. So make sure you follow my verified account at @TheSteveFreeman. We got a ton of content planned. Like I said, for this docu-series we're producing, I have been traveling nonstop. That's coming to an end in October, and I got a lot of plans on a lot of moto videos, adventure stuff that I want to put out here on the channel. The only way to make sure you see it is if you are subscribed. So smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, leave a comment down below. Tell me if you think I made the right choice. Did I ride the bike, or did I buy the right bike? Or should I have gone with something different? So put it down in the comment section below. Let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one.